Hi Em, how you doing?
Hi, Robyn. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you here.
And a pleasure to see you here too.
And I do love your background. I think it's just that I know I've got this designer background here, as you can see, with my workspace.
Yeah, and the colourful owls. You know, you can't go wrong with colourful owls, can you?
Beautiful, beautiful copper scroll. It is very, very enticing.
Thank you very much. And
Excellent.
what's the cover of your book, new book like? Because you've not dropped that yet, have you?
I haven't. No, it's coming out. I'm hoping the cover release will be out today.
Excellent.
Thursday, if not tomorrow, and nobody knows yet, but the book's coming out next week.
And what is the book?
The book is called Elodie, and it's set in Loire in France predominantly, and about a vigneron in France and a traveller who is travelling through France. So yeah, and these two get together. And yeah, it all goes from there really. But it's the cover is blue, is all I will say, because blue is the colour of love.
Oh, is it? Not red?
No.
Not for the purposes of this book.
No. I mean, it has more horror about it. That's blood. And no.
Maybe that's where I've been going wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, no. So it's very exciting, and you've got the copper scroll.
I do. Yes. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Which way do I go? Yes. Book 2. Oh, that way. There we go. Book 2 in the Chase Stinson Adventures. Yeah.
Yep. Am I allowed to say I've read it? I have read it, and I'm going to say I've read it because it's brilliant and a fantastic story, adventure story. Loved it, every second of it. So brilliant, well done for that. And you are taking that out as a indie author.
I am. Yes, it's amazing. I'm very, very excited to kind of be. I mean, I'm a Leo. I like to be in control of everything. So indie publishing is just going to suit me right down to the ground because I can control, obviously, the words. I can't control the editing process as much as you well know. But that's the relationship, isn't it? It's a good relationship, isn't it, Em? So that's a conversation. But you know, the creative control, I'm really enjoying being able to decide, you know, how I market the book, the cover design, the inside of it, you know, all the typesetting, the ebook, all of that stuff, and then also being able to collaborate with authors like other indie authors like yourself, and advertise those in the back of the books. It's yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait for it to drop, which is on Sunday, the 28th of February, right at the end of the month.
Sunday the 28th. Well, I'm on 25th and the 28th, so we'll be side by side up there in the charts.
Yeah, excellent. Although mine's not, well, mine is a romance, but it's not a pure romance. Do you want to tell us more about yours?
Yeah, no, mine is a pure romance this time around. So yeah, and it was I've made it essential. I call it essential romance. I think it's very sensual, and the book cover depicts that, as you'll see when it comes out. Yeah, I think that the thing for me is I do like to create atmosphere in the settings and the interaction relationship, then how that works within the setting. And so this is a very special experience, really. It was based, if I go back a step, it was based on my trip through France last year. So when you read it, you can experience the fact that I've been through all of that. Not.
No, I do think that comes through. You very much get a sense of the location. Often when you read a book, somebody will say it's in a place, but once you get caught up in the story, it's almost like the story could be anywhere. You lose a sense of the place, but I don't feel you ever do with Elodie. You're always very aware of the winery, and for me, I can kind of see the barn sort of conversion and the vines and the little narrow boat and all of that stuff. You've really made it come alive. So I disagree there. You're just being hard on yourself.
No, I mean I haven't personally experienced what these characters go through.
Oh, now that would have been a good story.
I'd like to experienced some of it. But yeah, no, we when we travelled through France last year, it was obviously the back of the first round of COVID, and we were so fortunate to go away. And we drove through France, and we stopped off in a couple of vineyards on the way. Was it Châteauneuf-du-Pape was one of them, and there was a cave, a wine cave, and it was literally going into that wine cave, and I thought, wow, this would make an amazing book. And of course, I then wrote the short story, which appears in the Eclectic, the Lesbic Eclectic, and yeah, so the cogs got turning, and then turning that into a sensual romance was just fantastic. So it's been an interesting.
So where did Elodie come from? Because you said you haven't had that experience, so she's quite an interesting character, and not something you would kind of expect in terms of her secondary line of work and such.
Yeah, the French, I mean, I might be generalizing here, but the French have a history in terms of not being loyal in their intimate relationships. Let me put it that way. That the idea of one or other having an affair is really very common, or has been in their history. And we jest, but it's quite. I don't know whether it's unique to that culture, but there's a certain cultural thing going on there. And I just had this idea of having this woman who has everything, but actually underneath it all has nothing, and taking that and how that evolves when she meets someone who wakes her up to the reality of her life, and how that plays out with someone who otherwise actually in some respects has nothing but has everything. So it's kind of these two playing off each other in a beautiful way. So come on, tell me about the Copper Scroll and Chase Stinson's second adventure.
Yes, the first one was Uncharted, which is just here, and that introduced you to Chase and Rain. Chase is kind of she's a butch archaeologist with a heart of gold, professor at Stanford University, sort of straight down the line, moral turpitude, is that the right word? Should really know, shouldn't I? But really moral. And
I haven't got my thinkers with me.
Damn it. And she'll find archaeological artifacts, etc., and she is very clear about taking them back to where they belong and where they were originated from. Rain Marcellus, on the other hand, is a very kind of glamorous, she works in the archaeology is the same, but she's more of a tomb raider, works in the shadows kind of thing. It was the first one was an enemies to lovers kind of book. They were friends, and then Rain betrayed Chase, and then they were sort of against each other for a while, and then they came together in order to pursue the adventure that's part of Uncharted, and they ended up getting together. Spoiler alert. So this one is another adventure where they have come together, but they're negotiating their relationship at the same time. So the romance isn't as central to the book as, say, as Elodie, but it is very much intertwined, and it's perhaps more of a romance story than Uncharted in a way, because it's about that negotiation, how after the first flushes of love you negotiate and move forward and can kind of work through your life, and how your ambitions, your career choices might butt against each other, and they do very much in this sort of story, and how Rain is kind of starting to see Chase's side of it, but not in a very black and white thing, which is how Chase sees the world. So the Copper Scroll is one of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls were all written on goat skin mainly, but the Copper Scroll was on copper, and it told of 63 different treasure locations with various lots of gold and silver that were hidden in all these places, that today's value would be $3 trillion. So obviously somebody wants that. Rain finds something that gives them a little bit of an insight into that, and then I can't sort of say what happens, but there's twisty turny things going on, and all the time you've got Rain and Chase kind of trying to find their way together in a relationship whilst sort of, you know, going down holes and blowing up mountains and diving for treasure, etc. So I'm really excited about it. As I say, it's out on Sunday, the 28th, and I've just started a newsletter competition to win copies of the first one of Uncharted. So yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is a twisty turny, and it is very exciting, and seat of your pants stuff all the way through. So I think I thoroughly enjoyed it, and don't usually get through books very quickly, but I got through that one in a couple of days. So you know, that's it was nice to read, and I loved the journey. So take the romance aside, but the thrill of the Copper Scrolls and that adventure, and the research that you must have done to make that work happen, because it was all there. I mean, so great depth from my kind of appreciation of it. I felt I was in it as well. So
cool.
I hope people pick it up. That's what we want, really, for both of them. We're both coming out in our own little way next week, and it would just be lovely for people to pick up the books and give them a shot, because you can always try before you buy if you really have to, can't you? So there's nothing lost.
Yeah, I've got I did drop last week a 4-chapter preview of it that anybody can grab and have a look at. So yeah, it's good. But what did you like about writing, Elodie? What was like your favourite thing?
Oh gosh, I just love the immersion of being in that space, their place when I'm writing. Whatever it is they're doing, I am there. I was there in France. I was in that vineyard. I was looking at those buildings. I was going around the doing almost everything they were doing. They were doing quite a lot. So I mean, it's just that sense of being there. I mean, and especially at the moment, being COVID times, homeschooling. Most of my crew who follow me know all about my homeschooling dilemma. I've got 6 puppies, would you believe? just
incredibly cute though.
They're literally just waking up, and they pee and poo everywhere, and it's like I'm not doing one thing. I've got my hands trying to juggle so many things. So for me, it's like a godsend to be able to get into a beautiful space, and it's just it's energizing, and of course I am working with you, and creating something that's very special, and taking my own personal challenges of writing forward, and that's great, and I love it. I want to make and create better work for my readers. Who's not looking for a film deal? Come on, to be honest, if we could get there, there's some amazing work out there, and you've written it, I've written it too. Amazing work that would make great movies. So they'll change it anyway. It doesn't matter whether it's written well in the first instance or not. Great stories that could make great movies. And I think there's a lot of stuff on the internet that certainly I've posted recently about the same old movies, the same old stuff coming out. I mean, come on. I know that Copper Scroll would make a fantastic movie. I know, and the first book, and for me, Cosa Nostra. Where's a female mafia movie? Come on, guys!
Yeah, definitely.
It's just
they were a great couple of books.
Yeah, there's scope for it, and Elodie would be it's just going to be very good, very, very.
Yeah, I definitely think you've got a hit on your hands there, and especially as soon as people see the cover as well. I think that's what's the word? Motivation enough to part with your money and buy it.
Yeah. And as I say, you can always try before you buy, because you can do that on Kindle, and that's fine. That's it's an easy way to do it. You're not losing anything if that's the case. So
brilliant. Cool. All right then. So the best of luck with it.
And to you.
Next Thursday. Yeah. And we have got something in the pipeline that we're not going to tell anybody about. So that's really annoying when somebody says we've got something really exciting going on, but we're not going to tell you. Yes. But watch this space.
Indeed.
And we'll all will be revealed.
Out, because this new exciting thing will be advertised at some point in our newsletters and on social media. So yeah, good. Cool. And in the meantime, right. Wish you luck, and we will keep chatting, and fingers crossed. What an exciting week to come.
Exactly. All right, I'll speak to you soon then, Em.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.